Thanks, Chops. Hello, we're here again. Can you believe it's been 2 weeks? So I've missed you all. It's been just flying the time at the moment. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to get on board. I just wanted to make sure that you've got all your ingredients. So we've got some beautiful onion and garlic. We're going to use some fresh parsley. We've also got our chicken, our veggie stock. So I think if you've seen my lives before, I do like to make my own veggie stock concentrate. Some great recipes out there for some really great concentrate. Great way of cleaning your fridge out when you've got lots of veggies that you need to use. We've also got some mushrooms. I couldn't get baby asparagus today, so I've just got normal asparagus. So if you've got baby, that's absolutely fine. Of course, our fresh tomatoes. Or if you wanted to, you can use a can of tomatoes. And I just realised I also need a bit of tomato paste. So I'm just going to grab that out while I think of it. So I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste because I'm using fresh tomatoes. So just to give it that extra little bit of tomato punch. If you don't want to put the extra tomato paste in, it really doesn't matter. It's fine. It's up to you. The other thing you can add is if you wanted to put wine, some white wine in here instead of the full amount of water, you can swap that over as well. So I'll leave it up to you. That's what I love about all these recipes that we sort of put together, that we can actually chop and change and you know, take things out. If you don't like mushrooms or you don't like asparagus, some really great zucchinis and all those spring vegetables that are coming in there, broccolini and those sorts of things that you can add in to get your veggies into your meals as well. So really yummy to go. Also, if you wanted to do pasta with this, you know, pop your pasta on, you know, as we're getting through this recipe, that you're absolutely welcome to do as well. Now, have I turned this on? I have. Look at that. So we might get started. So again, love to know where you're all watching from. I think 2 weeks ago we had a lady watching from Germany, which was really exciting. So if you're with us again, thank you for joining us. And, you know, great that you've tuned in from that far away. So glad that we're able to cook all around the world, which is exciting. I'd like to be traveling all around the world cooking, but, you know, this is the next best thing, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to get my machine ready. And we're going to pop our machines onto our expert. Oh, would help if I got out of there. We're going to pop our machines onto our expert mode. So we'll just go back to expert because we're all experts, aren't we? We know what we're doing. So we're going to do that. Okay, so to get started. Now, I promise tonight I will remember to cook the onion and the garlic after I've chopped it. So we're going to pop in our garlic and our onion. So pop that in. So I just halve my onion and then I just obviously peel my garlic cloves, ready to go. And as you all know now, my favourite button is this one, which is the pulse button. So you can all see that, I'm sure. So we're just going to do that. Oh, I haven't selected it, have I? There we go. And we're just going to pulse that. And this is what I love about our Magimix Cook Expert, is that I can see in there and I can see that I need to scrape down the sides. And I'm going to give that one more pulse. So I don't have to guess. It's all working for me. Beautiful. So if you want to come in and have a look, we've got that nice and chopped up in there. Ready to go. Okay. So beautiful. Okay. I'll probably start crying. So we're going to add in some olive oil. So we usually just want to add in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil just so that we can get that to start frying up. I do like to cook the onion because I do find that it stops that sort of onion overpowering the taste of everything. So I'm very glad that I remembered this time. So I'm going to just pop that onto speed 3. We're going to pop that on for 3 minutes. And we're going to pop that up to 110 degrees. And done. Okay, so that's just going to stir around there for us and get cooking. So you can take the cap off if you like as well, because we don't want it to sweat. We do want to sort of steam that off a little bit more, not so much get it to sweat. Sorry, those onions really do pack a punch. Usually I keep them in the fridge, but I had them out, so that's why. Okay, so we're going to get that cooking. So like I said, if you wanted to add some white wine to this instead of the quantity of water, you can, change it up a little bit, add any sort of vegetables that you like as well. So I thought that tonight I would also do a nice little salad with you with our food processor. So I've had lots of people asking, so I've been showing you things like the spiralizer. We did a little bit of dicing last week. In terms of the dicing, if you are doing things that are a little bit hard, then doing that little bit of pre-cooking is perfect. I never pre-cook carrots. I always find that as long as you do them in nice small sort of chunks, so rather than trying to put a great big carrot through a dicer like that to chop them in half. So I have been seeing some of your the things that you're asking about that as well. So that's really great. And please keep asking as many questions as you like, and we'll keep trying to get back to you on that. So that's great. So I thought tonight we'd just do a little simple salad that I'm going to just use our food processor for. Yesterday I was testing a recipe that had sliced strawberries in it, and oh my gosh, I did not think that this was going to slice strawberries absolutely perfectly for me, and it totally did. So I was really, really impressed actually. I should have had a display of them out for you, but it was amazing how beautifully those strawberries sliced. So I was really excited to see that because I hadn't done strawberries before. I thought they'd kind of get a bit mushy. So we're going to go through that very, very soon. So we've just got a minute to go on our machine. Now what I'm going to do tonight is once our onion has cooked off for us, I'm going to pop the chicken in, but I'm just going to pop the chicken in on its own, and I'm just going to pop it in for 5 minutes just to get that chicken to start cooking. Now if you obviously want to do pasta with this, you're going to probably run out of room, or it's going to get really hard to put all the ingredients in. So this one I haven't put the pasta in as well. I'm doing it separately. So, like I said, get your pasta cooking so that you can get that ready and dinner on the table when we're ready to go. A bit of parmesan if you like, or, anything that you want to add to that. So we're nearly there. 30 seconds to go, and then we'll give that a stir. So, as you know, we cook with induction heating in our Cook Expert. So induction heating means that when we set the temperature, it gets to that temperature straight away. Hence why you see your food start to steam within, that 10 to 15, 20 seconds. So it's really great to see that because we know that heat's getting there instantly. And it also means that we can cook our dishes a little bit quicker. Okay, so because we are getting that instant heat, we're not having to preheat our bowls, our saucepans, fry pans, all those things either. I love the smell of garlic and onion. It's amazing. Okay, so now we've done that, we can just give that a little bit of a scrape down. But if you want to come in and see, have a look at how amazing that onion and garlic looks compared to when I had it raw. Now that it's all nice and cooked up and that steam coming off there. So I'm just going to pop in. So I've got 2 diced chicken breasts, and we'll just pop that in. And we're going to just pop that back on, but I'm going to drop the temperature and I'm going to pop the cap on. I want to drop the temperature down to 100. So if you all follow that, and then I'm going to actually change our speed to 1A. Okay, I don't want to constantly mix that. I don't want to, turn our chicken to look like tuna. We want to make sure that it stays intact. So we're going to use our 1A function, and we're just going to do that for about, get a bit excited there, about 5 minutes. Okay, and we'll get that started. So as you know, the 1A gives it a little bit of a stir to start. I'm just checking, I did put it on 1A. And then it'll sit for a couple of minutes, then it'll give it another stir. So that base of that with the induction heating is heating up beautifully, and it's starting to cook our chicken, which is great as well. So, do you know what I really love too? And I hope that you all make sure that you are using your spatula that comes with your Cook Expert, is because this little bit here makes it really easy. You know the little parts that stick out that your steam bowl sits in? This makes it really easy to be able to get everything scraped off there as well. So it's a great little tool. Make sure you're using that one as well. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes for that one. So with this one here, we're also going to add some spinach, but I'm not going to add the spinach until the end because I just like to stir that spinach through, and you can put as much or as little or none, it's up to you, spinach in your dish as well. We're also going to add our mushrooms and our our asparagus in the last 5 minutes, and honestly that's all it takes because it's nice and hot, the heat that's built up in there, and that's all it takes to cook through our mushrooms and our asparagus as well. So we'll get ready for that. And of course we're using cream cheese instead of just normal cream, which is great as well, so it gives it that sort of little bit of a different flavour as well. So I just realised I forgot to put the parsley in. See, it's always something, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, it's not going to dramatically change the taste of this dish. So if you are thinking, but she said parsley, maybe sprinkle it on the top, or you can add it in a minute, but I did mean to put that in at the start, but it's all good. See, you don't have to be an expert. Although we are, because we're using our expert mode. So what I think I'll do is the salad that I'm going to do, I thought being that it is, you know, Christmas is creeping up, we want to have some really beautiful salads and things. So this is a salad that we're just going to slice some beautiful veggies. So I'm going to actually slice some carrots and some cucumbers. Now normally in this one I do radishes, but I couldn't find radishes. So I actually bought just a raw beetroot, and I'm going to slice the beetroot up through the salad, and we're going to layer that over some beautiful spinach leaves as well. So this to me is something that I would want to do with ham. So if you know, you've got your beautiful glazed ham ready to go on Christmas Day, this would be an absolutely fabulous salad to go with your ham as well. So I'm just going to pop some spinach there ready for us in just a few minutes. And don't forget too, you know, when we're looking through the recipe book, and I'll show you some of the things that I love in there, some really great sauces in there. So some mayonnaises, and then you can turn your mayonnaise into your aioli and into your seafood sauce. So something that, you know, I think looks really good on Christmas Day too, that you can actually add those things. So I think that's enough spinach on there. But yeah, so that you can really add those things as well. And people think that you're really clever when you come up with all these beautifully shaped salads. You could have grated beetroot through there if you didn't want your sliced beetroot, but whatever it is that you want to pop in there. So we'll just, oh, that's only got a minute and a bit to go already, so I might not start on this, but let me show you. So you all would have received your Magimix cookbook, okay? And quite often you get cookbooks that don't really have a lot of amazing things in there. But what I really love at the moment, and let me see how, here they are, is, and you've seen me make mayonnaise here before, but I really love the mayonnaises because once you've got a beautiful base to a mayonnaise, then it's really easy to adapt it to lots of the other flavours. So I think you can see there we've got things like a tartare. So we can add things like the capers, gherkins, all those things into there to make that beautiful sauce. You know, your garlic aiolis, your cocktail seafood sauce. So it means that you've got lots of options for Christmas as well. And I was only just thinking the other day, for anyone that likes oysters, I want to come up with some really nice, you know, flavours for you know, dressings on oysters. So I love things like a bit of coriander, a bit of lime juice, you know, those sorts of things that really go well. A bit of red onion chopped up in there as well. So all those beautiful things. So, I mean, the sun's out, funnily enough, in Sydney now, but it was thunderstorming an hour ago. But, you know, it's going to start to get warmer, so we're going to start to think of all those beautiful things that we're going to want to eat at Christmas time. So I have got 20 seconds left, and then I'll get onto our food processor. Oh, actually, I'll tell you that in a minute because I've only got 20 seconds, so let's just get that 20 seconds down. But you can see now, and you'll see when I take the lid off, you can come and have a look. My cameraman's blinking and rubbing her eyes because she's got onion eyes. Oops. So I'm going to show you now. You can come and have a look how beautifully this chicken just starts to cook just by adding that extra 5 minutes. So it's just started to beautifully cook in there. So we're going to just scrape that down. And now that beautiful chicken's sort of marinated in with that onion and that garlic as well, which is fabulous. So we'll get that going. Okay, so remember, we're going to do our veggies and our cream cheese after we've done 15 minutes with our tomatoes. Now, I have chosen to do fresh tomatoes, and they are really easy to peel. So if you cut your tomatoes sort of, you know, in your half and then your half into quarters, so eighths, then it's really easy to peel each tomato. So that just made it really easy to do. And I like the, you know, that fresh over using something that's come out of a tin, just something different. And I am going to add just a little bit. I need to get the clever bottle opener out. And I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste, beautiful. And then I'm going to add in my beautiful veggie stock. So pop in your veggie stock. If you are using, powdered stock or, fresh that you've made, whatever it is that you use. But I really do encourage you to try doing something like, your own veggie stock in your machine. So it's absolutely amazing. And then we're going to add our water / a little bit of wine, if that's what you like. Okay, so we've popped that on. So now we're just going to leave her on 1A at 100 degrees, and I'm going to pop that on for 15 minutes. Okay, so you're all with me. So we've done our onion and our garlic. We've done our, added our chicken for 5 minutes. Now we're adding our fresh tomatoes or tinned tomatoes, some tomato paste, some stock, and 100 mils of water. Okay, so I know the ingredients are all there, and we'll also pop the method up for you after as well, because it's not always easy to, it's sometimes, it's great to follow along now while you're cooking with us, but if you don't want to follow along and want to do it another day, you want the method ready to go. Okay, so we are going to make a beautiful salad just with some beautiful vegetables, and like I said, normally I would do something like a radish with this, which we actually did the other night, but I couldn't get them, so I'm going to actually do beetroot. So I've just got a little beetroot and I've just chopped it in half, and beetroot is fabulous in salads as well. And then I'm going to show you a really, really nice dressing that we can do in here as well. So what I love about the processor is because we've got the 3 bowls, so of course we've got our large bowl, and then we've got our midi bowl, and then we've of course got our mini bowl. So what I love is that I can use this bowl here to be slicing all my veggies and things, and then I can be using my mini one, and I don't have to wash it up, it's all ready to go. Okay, so when you receive your food processor, you would have received your number of blades. So you've got a couple of grating blades, and then you've also got your slicing blades. So the blade I'm going to use is the one that says number 2 on it. Okay, so it says S2, which is 2mm blade. So we're going to pop that one on and pop that into our machine, and we're going to get slicing. Okay, because I want to show you how easy it is just to do some simple salads that you might not have thought of actually doing them this way. So I know that I used to, slice up my tomatoes and my cucumbers and everything by hand. So this is just a really quick, easy way to do it, especially if you're entertaining and you've got quite a lot of people. It just makes everything super quick. So I'm going to pop in, first of all, my cucumber. Now, always make sure that you're using this and not poking your hand in there as well. Now, are we on at the wall? Oh, no. Could be turning it on at the machine would be handy. Apparently it works better when you turn it on. Okay, so I want to show you something. And I don't know whether I showed you this the other day or I did this when we were on Tbsp the other night. But if I had so if you want to come in a little bit closer, but if I had my machine sitting on the baking mode and I wanted to turn it into a food processor, rather than having to go through the menu, you just pop your food processor on. Now watch this. As soon as I lock my lid on, it changes to food processor. And you just, I didn't know that, so I was really great to be able to learn that one. So it just means one less step when you have to go through and actually change those settings. Okay, so we're going to just slice. So we're going to hit our auto button. Did anyone time that? Like seriously, a chef couldn't do that with a knife. Okay, so it makes it nice and quick. My cameraman's saying 3 seconds. Camera woman is saying 3 seconds. Okay, we're going to do a carrot. 3 seconds. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to just take those out. Now, I haven't done beetroot through here before, I will admit. I have done it grated, but I haven't actually sliced it, but it's not going to make any difference to us. But I just want to start now putting out some of that beautiful carrot. Are you already thinking, wow, I'm so going to start thinking amazing salads for Christmas? But this is just 1 carrot and 1 cucumber, but just to see how amazing that then looks. And I've left a gap here because I'm going to make a beautiful avocado mint dressing that you are going to hopefully try and that you'll hopefully love. Okay, I'm just going to put all that out there. Okay. I could have done the beetroot now, but I just, just thought I'd get that out first. Oops. Helps when you put the blade in with the cutting. Okay. So we're going to pop that in like that, and then we're going to give it a go with our beautiful beetroot. Are you ready? Oh, looks amazing already. Okay. So if you wanted your beetroot strips smaller, then just cut your beetroot smaller. Okay, so it's completely up to you. Now, I do suggest when you are doing things like beetroot and carrot through these machines, not to let them sit with that juice on there for hours. So make sure you do give it a rinse so that nothing will actually stain on there for you. It's my lemon juice for later. Okay, so I'm going to have beetroot out. I'm going to pop that beautiful beetroot through. Look at the colour of that. Actually, I'm thinking now that beetroot is the winner over a radish, although I could actually do both if you wanted to. So let's not drop beetroot on the floor or I'll have purple tiles. So I'm just going to poke some of those beetroots. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that just look absolutely amazing? But look how perfect all of those little slices have come out when we're doing our salad veggies. So I'm not going to bother washing this yet because it'll be right for a little while, but I'm going to wash my hand. Okay, so that's the first step. That's our beautiful veggie salad. So how easy was that? If you've got people coming over and you're in a hurry, and quite often you do salads the night before, there's no need to. It's really simple to do it straight away. Now, the other thing with our... oh, I need that bowl. Sorry, I'm just going to give it a quick rinse. The other thing that you'll find too with our blades, if you wanted to do your prep the night before, so whether you're grating or whether you're slicing, they are surgical grade blades. So basically what that means is they're slicing everything beautifully and they're not bruising your produce. So they're actually not... So quite often if you use a grater and you grate by hand, you'll find that the next day the carrot starts to get a little bit kind of bruisey looking and it doesn't quite look as inviting. And that's because you're using, the way you're having to peel and grate is actually bruising your vegetables. Okay, so now I'm just going to do a really, really simple mint and avocado dressing that we're going to add to that. So how are we going here? Oh, good. Nearly halfway there already. Okay, so we're going to just pop in some mint. Now this looks like a lot of mint, and this is a minty avocado style of dressing. So if you're not the biggest fan of mint, or you don't quite want it as minty, then just a little less mint. So you get to play with it, work out what's going to work for you. So, I don't want to waste any of that mint. So avocado. Oh, I need that, don't I? So I'm just going to do this here. So I'm just going to add in an avocado. A seed. I didn't want to pre-peel this because nothing worse than when your avocado starts to go brown, so we didn't want that happening. And we've got some time to spare. So hopefully you're all sitting back having a glass of wine or a glass of something, and you are smelling how amazing your dinner is starting to be. You might want to come over here and see if you can see it actually, how amazing that is starting to look as well and smell. So if you can get into that little hole there and see how that's bubbling away. Chicken is still in pieces, intact, which is fabulous. That's what we want. Okay, so we'll keep adding our... It's really hard at the moment to get the perfect avocado. So this one, I have to say, is absolutely pretty perfect. I'd like it on my toast. Okay, so we pop that in there. We're going to add in some salt and pepper. And of course, like everything, it's salt and pepper to taste. So whatever, if you like lots of pepper, add lots of pepper. It's completely up to you. You are the chef in your own kitchen. Okay, and then we're going to add some beautiful lemon juice. So it's just the juice of one lemon. Okay, so what we've got in there is our avocado, some mint, some salt and pepper, lemon juice. And then once we've got this going, I'm going to add some olive oil. So I always like to add the oil as we're going because I find then it sort of brings everything together better. So I'll just get rid of that so I'm not going to slice myself. Okay, are you ready? So again, super quick. Very, very quick. So we're going to hit the processor button. It's going to start to come together. So if we go with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, we'll just let that turn that off for a sec and let me just check how we're looking. So how long did that go for? Gosh, in 33 seconds, we've sliced all of that and whipped up an avocado dip. How exciting. I couldn't do anything like that quick anyway else. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape the sides down of that just a little bit, but it's actually come together pretty well. If you want it to be, you know, a runnier consistency, add more olive oil. Again, completely up to you. Might just add a tiny bit more. It really doesn't need much. And with something like an avocado, it's something that you probably do want to do fresh, ready to go. So again, it's not going to take you a long time to actually do that. So I'm going to take that out. And we have come up with a beautiful So you can see that if you want to come in and have a look. And I would just serve that down the side of my beautiful salad so that you can leave it there for people to add if they like. Doesn't that just look absolutely amazing? So it's a bit like doing a guacamole that you can add, but you're just adding that beautiful mint. Oh, goodness. I could eat that just for lunch. That would be a really great way to add some really healthy meals into your day. So you could do all of this the night before. You probably could do your dip. It's got some lemon juice in there, which tends to help with keeping your avo. I should try putting some in the fridge if it lasts. But you can see, voila, we've got that beautiful colour with our beautiful veggies and our beautiful spinach. And there is a beautiful summer salad. So perfect. Okay, so we've got only 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, which is just amazing that we've gotten through that quick. But yes, so, you know, come up with some really great ideas. We, some really great, like I said, oyster recipes, but your mayonnaises and all those things that you can whip up in your food processor. So if you wanted to sort of change your salad up a little bit, you might want to add, like I said, the grated beetroot instead of actually, and then you could do it in a bowl and your dressing on the side or your avocado dip on the side, which is really yummy as well. So there's lots of ways that you can present those things that look absolutely amazing. So beautiful clear bowls and things to look fabulous for Christmas. If you wanted to add red for tomatoes or anything, you can add anything you like to this, which is really great. Okay, so we've got just under 2 minutes to go. So what we're going to do, I'll just get rid of all of my mess. And I'm going to get a plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our cream cheese, our veggies. So whatever veggies, if you've decided you don't want mushrooms or asparagus or whatever it is, you can do and change whatever it is that you like. And we're going to add those in, and then I'm going to pop them on for another 5, just so that they get a chance to sort of all come together. And as I said, the mushrooms and the asparagus don't need any longer than that 5 minutes to actually, because that's really, as you can imagine, hot in there with that induction heating. And of course, our bowl does get warm on the outside, but I can put my hands on there. So it's double layered. So if I was cooking this and then I was going to drop one of the kids at sport, I could come back and I know that's still going to be nice and hot too. So it keeps it nice and warm with that double walled insulation, which we love. Another fabulous thing that they've done to us here with our Maggi mixes. So we're down to 50 seconds. We're nearly there. It is absolutely bubbling away. It smells beautiful. I hope that you can all smell that through your kitchens. I really just want to eat that because it just is an amazing, really refreshing salad. And as I said, if you want to add more mint to it, so it actually usually requires almost twice as much. But I just, don't want to over mint it. It depends on your flavour and what you like. Like everything. Okay, we're nearly there. And then we'll pop this back on for our last 5 minutes. And I can't believe that's another Thursday night dinner that we've got ready and done, and you're all ready to go. So I did mention, some Fusilli Pasta, if you want to pop that onto your, in there as well. What I do find too is I actually like to combine the pasta and the sauce together before serving, because that pasta then absorbs more of those beautiful, that beautiful flavour and things as well. So I'm just going to find my spatula. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. So we'll make sure we've got all that down. Oh, wow. It just smells so amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop in the mushrooms. So about 125 grams of mushrooms that we're adding in there. I'm going to pop in my cream cheese. So it was about 150 grams of cream cheese. I'm going to pop in my asparagus. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the camera over here and see whether you can see this. But if you have a look at what's happening here, it's all sitting in there beautifully. What I love about this function with the 1A is if you stay there, and I take this off, and I'm going to set that for 5 minutes. And when I hit start, if you can see in here, or actually, yeah, it's not all frosty, so you can see at the moment, but I'm going to hit start, and that 1A is just going to beautifully fold all of, isn't that just amazing? I find that like amazing. I don't have to get in there and stir it through or anything like that. I'm just going to do that. And you could do that with your spinach at the end as well if you liked. I didn't do that. I stirred it in last time, but I might actually just put it on the top and get that to go through. So that's got 5 minutes to go. So we'll just, I wish it had a washer upper. Oh, I do. It's called a dishwasher. Pop all those in there, ready to go. So I'd love to hear some of your ideas on what it is that you are going to do so for Christmas with your machine. So I haven't had a cook expert or a food processor for Christmas before. Like I've only owned it this year. So I mean, obviously I've done thermo cooking for a long time, but in terms of things like our food processor, what are some of the fabulous things you're going to create at Christmas time to share with your friends and family? So I think this year is, if you celebrate Christmas, one of the most important ones because it's been such a crazy year. But I'd love to hear some of the things that you actually do at Christmas time, or when you're just entertaining in summer. I'd love to get some really great toppings for oysters, because I really love oysters. So that, some great, fresh, cold sort of toppings that we can do with that as well. And also things like your fish. So one of the things I was going to mention earlier is quite a few people have asked me to demonstrate our XXL steamer. So the reason that I haven't done that is because when I do our cooking shows, we are using the products that I know you own. So I know that you own, obviously, the Cook Expert, which is our main feature. And I do show you some of the pieces that you can use, obviously, with our food processor. But if I was to do a whole demo with an XXL steamer, there's going to be lots of you who won't be able to do that. So maybe down the track we can do a separate night where it's just, if you've got the steamer or you want to see the steamer being used, that we can absolutely do that. But a really great one that we've trialled recently was a beautiful creamy leek down the bottom. So creamed leek cooking away while we steamed some beautiful Murray cod on the top, and it was divine. So, there's lots of things we can do with that. But like I say, maybe I'll have to do another night where we just concentrate on that steamer, because I don't want to disadvantage the people that don't have it, that really are enjoying their cooking classes. So, I didn't put the cap back on. Not that it really matters because it's bubbling and beautifully cooking away there. But like I say, do let me know if there's recipes that you would like us to do. We don't, it's hard to obviously not do hot dishes when we're in here, but, there's lots of other things you can do. So the other day I hadn't tried bliss balls in the Cook Expert. So I've done, like your protein balls, I've done them in the food processor, but I thought I really want to do them in here because I love the fact that this does the washing up for you. So I really need to make sure I can get a recipe that works. And I have to say, it was perfect. So it worked really well in the Cook Expert, which I was really, really excited about. So I am actually doing those protein balls on TVSN tomorrow at 5:30. So if you do want to have a look at them and see them being made, otherwise we can do it another day where we can pop that up there for you. But it was cashews and almonds, some dates, some coconut oil, some cocoa, what else was in there? Bit of salt, bit of peanut butter as well, yum, and a bit of maple syrup, so something different. So I know I was actually looking at a lot of recipes with protein balls, which are really something people do a lot now, and a lot of the recipes were in our food processors. So just remember, you can do them in something like this as well. So we've only got a minute to go, which is exciting. I haven't got pasta ready to plate up, but I'm actually just going to pop this in with the spinach, and I'm going to show you how we can actually, let's try popping the spinach on the top and putting 1A on for one spin and see if it mixes our spinach beautifully. So maybe let me try it first in case it doesn't work, because I don't want you to ruin your dinner. Not that it will ruin your dinner, but we want to make sure that it works, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. So we'll wipe off that lid so we can actually see what's going on when that opens. But hopefully you can all smell that amazing smell, and nothing is better than a beautiful tomato, chicken, mushroom, vegetables type of pasta. So I wish that I had already cooked my pasta, because then I could eat right away. So that is a disappointment in my life tonight, but that's okay. We can eat it maybe without it. So 7, 6, 5, 4. Hopefully you're all up to speed with us, but don't forget Rose is on there as well. So ask Rose lots of questions if you've got questions, and we'll put the method up there for you as well. So what I'll do, oh wow, that just looks absolutely amazing. Like I said, I like to then put the spinach through, and you can put as much spinach in as you like. So let's try it. You're never going to know if you don't give it a go, really, are we? Okay. Like I said, spinach goes in beautifully because it wilts down to nothing. So you can get so much spinach into a dish like this. If you like spinach, of course. If you don't, then don't do it. And also, as I said, you'll look in there going, oh, it's very liquidy. Honestly, by the time you add your pasta and it all soaks in beautifully, it's not going to be runny like that. Okay, so let's try it, shall we? Okay, I'm going to have to add some time or it's not going to work. We've got it on 1A. Okay, hang on, let me wipe the lid. You have to come and watch. Okay, are you ready? You're all my human crash test dummies right now. Okay, you ready? Let's see. Go. Oh, look at that. Dinner is done. That's exciting. I'm so glad, because honestly, the other day I stirred it through. I didn't really think I'll just use 1A. So if you want to come back over here and have a little look now, I want you to see the beautiful colour of this with those beautiful spinach leaves and our mushrooms. Everything is still intact. So you can see we've still got our chunks of chicken, we've still got our full sliced mushrooms and our beautiful asparagus in there as well. And although serving it like this, not onto pasta, is not going to be the most fabulous looking, but I think that it will, because you'll see the beautiful colour that we have produced. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Oh, look at that. Honestly, who needs pasta? Okay, come in and have a look at that beautiful chicken, mushroom, spinach, tomato, asparagus. How many more vegetables could we get into a dish? Does that not look amazing, or does that not look amazing? I am very excited by that. So I hope that you all stayed with me, and I love all your feedback, which is great. You're all so nice, so we like that. But if you've got questions, keep trying to ask them. I know usually we can only sort of answer your questions while the live's going, but we always do record the live and we'll share it so that it's up there ready to go. We're getting really great views on these, so it's really exciting because we're glad that you're using them and that people are talking about them out there and really, getting into talking. I also want to do a big shout out to Paul Beard. Now, Paul, you have been amazing because I noticed, I think it was today or yesterday, that you popped up there for everyone on one of the other Facebook pages. Don't forget to watch Vanessa's live, and you're really interactive. So thank you so much because that's really exciting that, someone's out there helping everybody else as well. So thanks, Paul. Great big thumbs up to you, and I hope that you're enjoying this as well. Now, of course, who wants to win a cookbook? It's exciting to see when you win and your name comes up in lights, so that's exciting. So today's question is, what heat are we using on our Cook Expert to be getting our instant heat and to be getting it to the degree? So I want you to pop on there, what heating is it that we use for our machine? So thanks so much for joining us again. I hope that you all enjoy your beautiful chicken pasta and I will see you soon. Ciao for now.